I have 58 days before my rent increases. Will I be able to increase my sales enough to survive? Or will it all fall apart like ceasefire talks with Iran? Here's what I've done over the last 30 days. My first major change was menus. I started with the main menu board and redesigned it from scratch. All these years, I didn't think the menu board really mattered. For me, it was seeing the actual curries on display that made the sale. Or so I thought. Because of this assumption, I never put much focus on the menu board. It was really an afterthought, if I'm honest. The original menu board was full of options. There was 5 boards in total, with so many items that on one occasion, I watched a few customers scan all the boards 2 to 3 times, give up, and just order the curry they saw in front of them. It was a bit of an aha moment that I realized this has to change. The next issue with the existing menu board was small text and tiny photos of the food. The end result of all of this was just confusion, and the menu ended up being a waste of space and a point of confusion for the customers. I redesigned the new menu board with 3 hero images. I made the images of the food much bigger, and at the same time increased the pricing of most of the food items. I increased the curry prices by $1.50, but only increased the combo price by 90 cents, in the idea that it would push customers into buying a combo instead of just a curry. One of the issues we had was customers only buying a curry and really going for a combo meal, due to the menu confusion and lack of upselling from the front line. My next change was to add a couple of new items as well as some add-ons. The 2 new items was butter chicken fries and a triple cheese naan bread, along with a new 2 samosa combo add-on, which was buy a combo and get 2 samosas for $5 instead of $7. Samosas are small but crunchy and delicious and make the perfect add-on to a curry meal. The texture, the spices are fantastic. If you have been living under a rock until now and have not tried one, then I highly recommend you try one. Many countries claim they invented the samosa, but let's just stick with India as the true creator. Other changes included adding chicken korma and spicy butter chicken to the menu, pre-packing our biryanis into boxes so we could fit an extra curry into the food display. I also tried end of the day discount boxes, 1 for $12 and 2 for $20. The last change was adding a staff discount, which is a free plain naan bread with any purchase over $12. So how did the changes go? Am I a millionaire already? I think you know the answer to that. Here's how the changes actually landed. Chicken korma did not go so well. People really ordered this over their regular curry choice. The samosa add-on made no material difference to samosa sales. Now we just give samosas at a discounted price. The triple cheese naan bread and the butter chicken fries were a massive flop. I thought these were going to land well. They were absolutely delicious and something a bit different, but it's obviously not what people wanted. Over 2 weeks, we sold just 1 portion of the butter chicken fries and 0 portions of the triple cheese naan bread. Is it disappointing? Yes, but it is what it is. The spicy butter chicken sold really well the first couple of days, and after that it also took a dive. It still sells reasonably well, so I've left it on the menu for now, but again, no material difference to sales. The staff discount also made no real or measurable difference. I thought people would want a free naan, however, it turns out they do not really care. I guess if they didn't want a naan in the first place, then it does not really entice them to order something to get a free one. So now we just give a free naan to staff when they order over $12. I will leave this in place for a while and see if it helps at all in the long term. One thing I hate is offering a value proposition and then taking it away. Maybe I'm not ruthless enough, but I try to put myself in the customer's place as much as I can. Now here's what did make a real measurable difference. The new menu board actually started to guide customers into getting a combo meal instead of just a curry and rice. The ratio before this change was something like 30% of sales as curry and rice and 15% sales for combo meals. After just over 3 weeks, it has switched. Now combos are about 30% of sales and curry and rice 15%. This means for those percentages, the average spend used to be $14 and it's now moved up to $19.90. So in summary, more or less everything flopped, except the menu board. The menu board yielded the greatest results and took me the least amount of time to edit and create. What is the actual impact of that in dollars? I'll share that with you in the next video when I compare 2 weeks sales from the school holidays versus 2 weeks sales straight after the school holidays. In that video, I will break down all the costs and revenue to the cent. Alright, so what next? Just give up? Call it a day? Unfortunately, I have a little voice in my head that keeps me going, that tells me that somehow I can do this, even though the evidence is not present yet to prove that I can. So I spent some time over the last 30 days and started analyzing what actually sells rather than assuming what customers might want. I then spent several days just tasting curries and naans as if I was a customer at random times of the day. I also spent time analyzing online reviews to look at common trends of bad feedback. I realized quickly 3 things we are doing wrong. Our rice is shit. It's dry, it lacks flavor, it lacks moisture, and it's just not appetizing at all. This often gets masked by the curry, but that's just not good enough. Rice, like many things in cooking, is easy to make, but equally easy to screw up. The next issue was naan breads. We usually make a few naan breads and keep them on display so when customers come in a rush, we can serve them quickly. As this store only has one full-time chef, this is the only practical way we can do it. The problem is, unless you're lucky, you will often get a naan bread that has the texture of cardboard. Naan breads quickly go hard and dry, so this is another fatal mistake we are making. Last of all was the butter chicken itself. The butter chicken did not receive any bad commentary, but according to my taste, it was not as good as it could be. It was average plus. As I have not been running the store myself up until the last few months, I did not realize what was actually happening to the butter chicken recipe. Now, I can't share the recipe with you, as of course it's a trade secret. But in short, it was leaning towards money saving rather than optimizing for taste. In all food business, you have to achieve the best taste at the lowest possible cost to make money. But personally, I always lean towards taste over cost because I believe if the taste is amazing, the sales will eventually follow. No sense in having very low food cost and low food quality and then losing sales. It becomes a downward spiral of doom. So what now? Where to from here? Now I will be focusing on 3 main items. Number 1 is the quality of the rice. I'm going to improve the quality of the rice, make it soft, fluffy, and delicious. Number 2 is increasing the quality and consistency of the naan bread, taking it from cardboard to a fluffy, light, and delicious airy bread that pairs perfectly with our butter chicken. And number 3 is improve the core menu item at my store, the butter chicken. Improving the creaminess and the richness of the butter chicken. Join me on my next video to see if my changes are working, if my improvements are catching on and sales are going up. Because if it doesn't, well, I'm royally screwed.